Hey guys, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. On this video, I'm going to show you some of my little balls. That's right, we're going to kind of do a couple clutch updates here really quick in a few different videos. The first one I want to show you will be the last clutch cutting. Let me try that again. The last clutch cutting where we cut the killer bee to the pastel lesser eggs. So let's kind of show you what we got. We got some of them that still need to be set up. They're literally just crawling out by the time we make this video. I haven't even put labels on the ones that are out yet. We'll need that here in a little while. This is what I'm pretty excited about. I do believe it probably is a little girl. Look at that thing. Now, I think this is just a queen bee. So what that would be is a pastel lesser spider. I think if it was a killer queen, we'd see just a bit more blushed out head there. We wouldn't have some of that color there. And we'd probably see even more blushing through here. Although this has got a ton of blushing, so it's a very, very, very nice queen bee. Camera guy Kurt and I haven't talked about what we're going to do with this little jewel. I'll tell you what though, as cool as she is cool, I really do like her, we probably will end up parting with that one, if I have my say on it. The reason being is those are all genes I have. I can throw another one together pretty easy. And I want to keep a super from that clutch. And since she's not a super, we won't be keeping her. This little jewel here is just a pastel. And that's why I want to keep more supers, is we bred that killer bee, so you're talking super pastel spider, right? And this beautiful little thing is actually the worst thing we can produce genetically, would be just a pastel. So, pretty awesome, and you don't have to worry about making normals at all. Really nice looking little pastel there. Put that one up. Maybe, if I can find the... There we go. Now this... I'll do two at once here, just because I think it's the way to do it. Our two snakes I'm absolutely excited about. I love these videos where I have a ton of snakes to show off. Check these out. Whoa. Whoa. Again, look at those. Look at the heads on them. Just amazing. And what we have here are two super pastel lessers. And you're probably, well, how are you so sure they're super pastel lessers? Look at the head! Completely blushed out, how light it is. And you can really see the fade going on through the sides of both of these, showing you the lesser. So really, really awesome. I'm really excited with the way these came out. So we'll put those guys back in there. Now, I'm hoping that one of those is a little girl. Although camera guy Kurt and I haven't talked, I will most likely be trying to lay claim on a super pastel lesser for us, and then we'll part with the rest. Let me sneak over here. We have a lot of people ask about our incubator. This is our incubator. We've done videos on it. Since y'all asked about it, I thought I'd show it really quick. Everything with a line through it are clutches that are done. We still got 3 clutches vacant in there. So really cool stuff. That's how it's set up. It works like a charm. So it's pretty awesome. Anyway, we did use our homemade fridge incubator. Alright guys, we have, before I open this, there's something I do want to talk about. I know, so I just peeked in before I did the video, and you guys know that I like to do things on the up and up and in the open without hiding anything, the good or the bad or the ugly from you. With that being said, for those of you who watched our egg cutting video and you remember the snake that was all white looking in the egg, it was pretty exciting. We didn't know what was going on there. Well, I have an answer. And what's going on there is it actually crawled out, but I checked it and it's passed away. You can see it didn't absorb all of its yolk, but bigger yet is look at the face on it. And you can see the face is very, very deformed with the bottom jaw up over the front of the mouth. So, now what it was going to be, I'm not really sure. I think it was probably going to be another super pastel lesser, because when you get to looking, you can see the pattern in here. But I think the fact that it wasn't forming properly caused some of that to be off. And you can see the body's just kind of a kinked up mess as well through there. It just wasn't going to... Didn't have a chance at survival for whatever reason. Extremely sad deal. But that's part of what happens. Oh, you got to be kidding me, little buddy. Come on, let's not do that. Come on, back through, back through. There you go. Let's get that out of your way. But we'll move that to the side for now. And you also know that I don't like waste, so I will use that as food for the caiman. And even though it's a genetic issue, I'm going to go ahead and disinfect because we never know what the cause of that really is. Better safe than sorry. So back to what else we got in here. And we were talking about the Super Pastel Lessers a minute ago, and how did I know? Look at this. Some of these guys, this is one thing with the grates that I set up. You got to be very careful with how the snake winds in there and how you take it out. We have, oh, come here, little guy. 2 more I want to show you. Again, everything gets pastel. So here is a pastel lesser. Okay, and you can see the size and the color. This is a Super Pastel lesser. When you put these guys side by side, there's really no doubt in the difference. None at all. So I got 3 Super Pastel lessers out of that clutch, which is totally awesome. Can you hand me some paper towels there, Kurt? I forgot to grab some of those. And the cool thing about that is, again, I was wanting some supers. Now I didn't hit, we missed on the, I guess you'd call it, the top thing we could do, which would have been the Killer Queenbee, which would have been a Super Pastel lesser spider. We didn't get that animal, and that is a bummer. But you're never going to always get, like, that's a double negative. You're not always going to get the animals you want every time. It's just not going to happen. You know, and we had enough eggs that the odds were kind of in our favor. You know, like we kind of right there on the borderline of it. But I'll tell you what, the fact that I got 3 of the 3 genes, which would be Pastel lessers, I'm over the moon with that. I'm really happy with the results of this clutch, you know, and I'm not going to complain, not one bit. Also, you know, my main thing is, are they all healthy and they all happy? And we didn't hit that. We got 7 out of 8, which is not up to my normal standards. But with what we've done this season, you're never going to be 100%, and I know that. And although losing that one bums me out, I think that is only the 2nd baby we've lost this year, and we haven't lost any babies that have hatched alive. This one crawled out the egg alive, but it was dragging its yolk sac and it wasn't even ready to come out. I mean, it wasn't fully developed. We haven't lost any fully developed animals at all. Actually, you know what? Y'all got me talking, and you made me forget something. And that is, this little guy needs a quick bath. So, give him a bath really fast. But, you know, it's pretty cool that we got 7 out of 8. All right, Kurt, do you have any questions about that?
No.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Out of all the animals you've seen, oh, I forgot to show you one too. We set up that little pastel and showed you that already. This, you can see, doesn't have the lesser. There's no fade, but it has that same kind of head. What this is just a straight up Super Pastel. Pretty neat little animal. So this will also only make pastels, never make it normal. All right, guys, do you have any questions, Kurt?
No.
Okay, out of all the animals I showed you, what's your favorite one?
The one with the spider in it.
The one with the spider, the Queenbee?
Yeah.
So you're going to make me keep that, or you're going to let me sell that?
No, we can sell it.
You're going to let me sell your favorite?
Yeah.
All right, somebody better buy that because Kurt's letting me sell his favorite. And again, if you want to take pre-orders on animals, the only way we're able to do that now is if you're a Patreon subscriber. We wanted to give those guys who support us a little benefit for doing so. And so they're the only way that you can pre-purchase an animal is by subscribing to us on Patreon, and then you're able to put a deposit down and get the pre-purchase. Otherwise, you're going to have to just wait, hope nobody else buys it, and then when it's available, we'll kind of just make it all the way available. So, if you're interested, subscriptions with that benefit start at a whopping $5 a month, so it's not a lot. And when we can generate some income off that, and I think the number that's in my head is we can ever grow that Patreon to about $500 a month. And that sounds like a lot of money, but hold on a second, that's really only going to be about 100 subscribers, so 100 people. What I'll do is I'll take really cool snakes, okay, like maybe this little guy here, Pastel Lesser, or Super Pastel Lessers, or if it was this year, or like say it's next season when we're there, and we have some more bells, I would take something like a bell and put it on there and sell it at a huge, huge discount to our Patreon subscribers only. When I say huge, huge discount, you know, your people are like, well, what does that exactly mean? Are we going to save 50 bucks or save 30 bucks? No. If we can grow that Patreon to that, what I'll start doing is I'll start selling animals at under 50% of their market value and shipping them out at that. Because we are generating the funds that we need through the social media, allowing us to really take off that price. And what I want to make is basically a really cool discount club for snakes, so that you can have a shot to purchase our animals and have it for a really, really low cost. If it grows crazy doing that, we'll probably cap the growth at some point and keep it so it stays to a select few, so people always have a chance to purchase those animals at really amazing discounts. And the higher the Patreon goes, the more of those animals we'll then be able to offer, because it'll offset, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the little bit of a business plan we're trying. Hopefully it works. And I want to say a big thank you to those of you that have already subscribed to it, because it means a lot to us that you're going to kind of be some of those groundbreakers for us. And I hope we can grow it so that we can start doing that. Any other questions, Kurt?
No.
All right, guys, I will see you next week. Look at that little monkey.